John Lackey versus Erik Bedard. Who should be the Red Sox #3 starter come playoff time? Hey everybody, it's Paulie. Welcome back to This Week in Red, where we're talking all things Red Sox and Major League Baseball. With the Red Sox steamrolling towards the playoffs, they have very few questions left to answer this season. But one of the big ones still remaining is, once they make the playoffs, who will be the #3 starter for them in the rotation? And of course the competition right now comes down to John Lackey and Erik Bedard, newly acquired from the Mariners at the trade deadline. And if you look at these two guys, you might say Bedard, because he gives you a fresh start, a fresh approach in the playoffs. And he's pitched pretty well for the Red Sox so far since coming over from the Mariners. But I have a little bit of concern about this guy, and there's a reason that I think he should not be the #3 starter, because I think he really hasn't established himself as a successful pitcher in the playoffs. Now, you talk about John Lackey with the Red Sox, and this guy's gotten beaten up all season for his performance. But you know what? In the last 7 or 8 starts, the guy's unbeaten. Since July 9th, he has not lost a start. He's pitched to about a 4 ERA, which in baseball these days is pretty good. And he's done all this with a heavy heart, because as we all know about Lackey, his wife is battling some form of cancer. He hasn't talked a lot about it in the media, but his teammates know it. In fact, last week in the Boston Globe, there was an article that Josh Beckett was quoted extensively in, saying, hey, we got Lackey's back. We know what he's going through. We know that he's going through a tough time. We know he's going out there with a heavy heart and pitching for us anyway, and he's given us a chance to win. And that's why I think Lackey should be the #3 starter. He has a lot of experience in the playoffs. This is a guy that has started a Game 7 in his career, 2002 in the World Series against the Giants. He ended up being the winning pitcher in that game. Lackey, no matter what he's done this season, and if he struggled a little bit, is a solid pitcher. There's a reason that they gave this guy $85 million when they brought him to the Red Sox. He is a bulldog. He may not always get the desired results of the fans, but he keeps his teammates in the game. He gives Terry Francona a good option as a #3 starter. And with Clay Buchholz out, they need a guy with experience and that bulldog mentality in the playoffs. And I think Lackey, based on his last 7 or 8 starts, will do just fine. I'm a little worried about Bedard. I don't think that this guy is yet the pitcher that he was back when he started his career with the Orioles, and he was considered a #1 or 2 starter for them. He had some injuries since then and that he's battled back from. And this year he started pitching a lot better with the Mariners, but this is the first year in about 3 or 4 that he's been fully healthy and ready to go out there and contribute. So for those reasons, I think that Lackey is the answer at #3 for the Red Sox in the playoffs. But what do you guys think? Do you have faith in John Lackey? Do you like him as the #3 starter in the playoffs? Or do you have a different suggestion? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about This Week in Red.